Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you very much for joining us today for this very important announcement in the life of our university. Ordinarily, this announcement, like all major announcements here, would be held in Convocation Hall with a full person attendance. I want to capture some of that spirit and tradition by speaking to you today from Convocation Hall, if only remotely. I'm excited today to announce the University of Saskatchewan's next Vice President Research. I thank the many members of the search committee who worked hard to ensure a successful conclusion to this extremely important national and international search. As I've said to all senior leadership search committees, we will continue our work until we can make not just a recommendation to the Board of Governors, but an enthusiastic recommendation to the Board of Governors, and that is just what we did together in the search for the next Vice President Research. One of the main features of the University of Saskatchewan's identity is its research and discovery mission. We state together in our new vision, mission, and values document that we will contribute, and I quote, to a sustainable future by being among the best in the world in areas of special and emerging strengths, through outstanding research, scholarly, and artistic work that addresses the needs and the aspirations of our region and of the world. We are one of Canada's top 15 research-intensive universities. When prospective students and faculty from around the world search a country for where they aspire to be, they look to the top category of universities. In the UK, they look to the Russell Group. In the United States, they look to the Association of American Universities, the AAU. In Canada, they look to the U15, of which we are a member. Aside from our many other strengths in academic programming, community engagement, and indigenization, membership in the U15 relies on our research activity, our outputs, our contributions, our uniqueness, our graduate and postdoctoral strengths, and our ability to attract global research talent. To be in that category requires the exceptional work of our faculty, our undergraduate and graduate students, our postdocs, and research-related staff. It also requires exceptional leadership at the department head level, the associate dean research level, and the dean level. It requires it crucially at the vice president research level. Being truly research-intensive is necessary for the province of Saskatchewan to fulfill the goals of its plan for growth. It is necessary for Canada to excel in innovation and to remain prosperous. That leadership is necessary for us to fulfill our commitment to be the university the world needs, helping meet the great global challenges of our time, from water and food security to vaccine discovery, to equity and diversity, and to sustainability. This leadership has been demonstrated by Dr. Karen Chad, whom I thank from the bottom of my heart for her work in the role over the last 12 years here, and for her dedication to the university and its research and discovery mission. And I am particularly grateful that she has agreed to serve in this role until her successor begins. We will find a way to publicly acknowledge her tremendous contributions at a later date. That exceptional leadership tradition will be continued and built upon by our next Vice President Research, who is a highly accomplished researcher, educator, and administrative leader, and someone who is no stranger to many of you. I am thrilled to announce that our next Vice President Research is Dr. Baljit Singh. He will begin his work in the role on February 1st. Dr. Singh is currently the Dean of Veterinary Medicine at the University of Calgary. He spent 17 years at the University of Saskatchewan, during which time he served as Associate Dean of Research for our Western College of Veterinary Medicine from 2011 to 2016. He will be returning to our university in February to assume this critical role for our university, our city, our province, and our nation in driving outstanding research and innovation. Well known across this campus for his collaborative, passionate, and inspiring approach, he brings to the role a wealth of research and leadership experience and expertise that will guide our strategic research, scholarly, and artistic work endeavors as we continue to be the university the world needs. Dr. Singh's formal education includes a Bachelor of Veterinary Science and Animal Husbandry and Master of Veterinary Science from Punjab Agricultural University, a PhD from the University of Guelph, and postdoctoral training at Texas A&M University in Columbia. He has also obtained credentials as a veterinarian in Canada and the United States. Dr. Singh's research has focused on the cell and molecular biology of lung inflammation, work for which he has been awarded nearly $11 million in funding since 1999. A Fellow of the American Association of Anatomists, he has received its Outstanding Veterinary Anatomist Award, as well as the Pfizer Award for Research Excellence. He is a Fellow of the Canadian Academy of Health Sciences, one of the highest honors for health research and teaching in Canada. At the University of Saskatchewan, Dr. Singh led an NSERC Create One Health research program in food safety, infectious disease control, and public policy, training students from more than 20 universities in Canada and other countries, and building international collaborations. He is the author or co-author of more than 100 peer-reviewed journal articles and books, and has supervised the research training of nearly 90 undergraduate, graduate, and postdoctoral students. After the statement in our vision, mission, and values that I quoted just a minute ago about the centrality of research and discovery is the statement that our mission is also grounded in exceptional teaching and engagement. An accomplished educator, Dr. Singh has also been awarded the prestigious 3M Teaching Fellowship, the highest teaching honor in Canada. The Provost Prize for Innovative Practice of Teaching and Learning here, the Master Teacher Award here, and the Carl J. Norden Distinguished Teacher Award. Please join me in welcoming Dr. Singh back to campus in this exciting new role as our Vice President Research. Dr. Singh, please approach the podium to say a few words.
Thank you very much, President Stoicheff and my colleagues. Let me begin with a short story. In 2016, when I was leaving, a dear friend of mine said to me that this deanship at University of Calgary is actually a plan for the University of Saskatchewan to offload you to Calgary and also give them undisclosed sum of money. Now I'm wondering if Calgary is doing the same thing by doubling up the money and saying, President Stoicheff, would you take him back? Notwithstanding the conspiracy theory, I am deeply grateful to the selection committee and President Stoicheff for bringing me back to University of Saskatchewan in this role as the Vice President Research and Professor in Veterinary Biomedical Sciences. I'm so grateful to come back. I so look forward to coming back on February 1st. This move will not be possible without the great support of my wife Sarbjeet and my son Pahul, who are also delighted to be coming back to Saskatoon in the very near future. University of Saskatchewan is going through a very exciting time. This is an institution that over a 100-year period has created the type of knowledge and scholarship that has improved communities locally and globally. Over the last 20 years, this university has had unprecedented success in large infrastructure grants, 2 Canada First Excellence Research Funds, Canada Excellence Research Chairs, and the most recent infusion of large sums of grants in developing new therapeutics and prophylactics against COVID-19. The successes most recently under the leadership of Dr. Karen Chad and President Stoicheff also indicate the trust that the Canadian funding agencies and the governments are placing in University of Saskatchewan to create the type of knowledge and scholarship to tackle very complex social, environmental, and biomedical issues. The community of young and established leading thinkers on this campus is delivering on that promise and thus making the University of Saskatchewan the university that the world needs today to solve very complex issues that we have. A most recent example is from last week, where the induction of Professor Norland and Korinick as the new Fellows of Royal Society of Canada and Professor Morrissey to the College of New Scholars of Royal Society of Canada. It shows the breadth of the scholarship that occurs on this campus every day of the week and every week of the month and the year. We are living through very anxious and challenging times. There is rise of intolerance. There is massive displacement of people because of war, famine, water insecurity, food insecurity, and there is a challenge of COVID-19. When you combine it with the questions that the Canadians are asking as to how we produce our food, how do we look after the welfare of the land and the water and the animals and the humans, and what type of policies do we develop to answer these questions? And finally, how do we create economic opportunities within all the tensions that we have in different spheres of our discourse? And then we have a pressing imperative to not only advance indigenous scholarship in our communities, but also to learn from those perspectives as how we can enrich the education and the research and our community debates with the indigenous perspectives. That's exactly where University of Saskatchewan comes in with this massive breadth and depth of disciplinary excellences. And that's why University of Saskatchewan is so critical to the world in this day. President Stoicheff has spoken to me at length about the critical role the Vice President Research plays in advancing the scholarship across every discipline on this campus and enhancing the reputation of University of Saskatchewan as the place that provides the knowledge to solve complex problems. Here I commit today to serve you all the scholars across this beautiful campus with deep passion and a commitment to service. And I also commit that in the coming days, when I start, I will meet with the scholars not only individually, but also in groups. I will meet with the leaders in the departments and the colleges, in the institutes and the centers. And I will learn from them about the state of the scholarship that they have and what is it that we can do to further advance it. And lastly, I will seek your guidance and support and encouragement as I become your most passionate advocate within and outside of the university at the local and the national and the international levels. I close by saying again my heartfelt thanks to President Stoicheff and to the selection committee and to the Board of Governors for giving me this astonishing opportunity to come back and serve again at University of Saskatchewan, and I so look forward to beginning on February 1st, 2021. Thank you very much.
This concludes our announcement event. We really appreciate you taking the time to watch. Dr. Singh, thank you so very, very much for accepting this important appointment at the University of Saskatchewan. And I and thousands of others look forward to working with you in this new role in the near future. Thank you again, everybody. Good afternoon.